Good morning. Hello. It's Brandon Walker. Hi there. Unfortunately, it's Wednesday, which means we have the Mostly Sports crew minus the most talented member of Mostly Sports. We got Connor talking whatever he's talking. Ebo's going to be talking baseball. Unfortunately, this idiot to my left was up all night doing a bowling stream I told him not to do. It was very, very, very stupid. NFL draft, baseball, all the good stuff. Coming up next, Wake Up
Defense!
Wake Up Barstool.
Defense!
Defense.
Have y'all never heard of defense?
No, but
What do they do,
defense
swarm
doesn't
the
make
ball?
sense.
They swarm the wall. Okay. No, wait, okay, look, guys. The play was awesome last night. The Charlotte Hornets taking center stage. We laid it out yesterday, how exciting this team is, how much fun this game was going to be to watch, how much of it to them in their crowd. It was all on display last night.
I took a Brandon Walker nap this morning, and I worry for your health.
Why?
How do you do that every morning?
Well, A, I don't stay up bowling all night.
Also, you beat us to the office this morning.
I sure did, yeah. Well,
Evo, you just completely stepped all over my
I'm
defense
sorry.
story. I mean, what the hell was that?
I mean, there's
none of you have slept.
I
This
was
is going to
in
be
the
a
middle
terrible
of
show.
talking about defense,
I
the
got 30
greatest
minutes.
chant that we got, and you're talking about naps. Anyway, okay, so
Did you take a nap?
I think I ended up from 6 to 6:20. I did close my eyes for a little bit. Welcome into Wake Up Barstool. It's been just a weird
You sound terrible.
24. Oh, I've been awake 27 hours straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a weird day, so I guess we should preface that like with that. Okay, we had work yesterday, and then we locked ourselves in a bowling alley, albeit an excellent, old school, wonderful bowling alley with old smells and great beer. Well, whatever. The point is, we locked ourselves in a bowling alley, and we tried to bowl a perfect game for 9 hours straight.
Yeah.
We finally, by hook or by crook, accomplished that at about 4:30 a.m. And then me, Connor, and Nebo headed over straight here to the studio. So if things get a little wonky, a little weird, a little awry, a little sleep deprived, you know why. You know why. But I am excited.
Now I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Because of how boring that was.
All right, KB, what's up, man? How we feeling? Today?
How are you feeling?
I feel okay. I've had maybe the most interesting 24 hours of my professional life, where we did Wake Up yesterday into I can't believe this feels like a week ago, into Mostly.
Yeah.
Then record an episode of Big Boys Club with Job City. That was very fun. Then record an episode of The Dozen, and then did the After Dark stream. And now we're here again.
And you bowled for 8+ hours?
Yeah, and I was dialed, dude. I
a good
bowled.
bowler.
T-Bob was the best bowler that
one.
week.
I bowled the best. About 1:30 a.m., I started bowling the best I've ever bowled in my entire life, and it didn't let up.
Spin guy over here.
Will you be heralded as like a savior or a sports savant
No,
in any way?
no.
Was it for charity? Did you do it for charity?
No, I guess we did it for
Here's
the
the
chat.
thing, Kyle. They didn't. They didn't do it for charity at all.
We did it for the chat, and
Nobody benefited.
well, well, there is one person who benefited, Brandon, and it's because he benefits every time, and that is Stephen Che.
Yeah.
Even though I was the best bowler, even though other people did great things, at the end of the day, even though he had a chance to win it an hour in and blew it, it was Stephen Che. Who
I must
walked us
report
off
the clip of
9
him
hours later.
stepping up and confidently saying what he said
Yeah.
was it's a very impressive clip.
He after 9 hours of bowling, everybody's hopes and dreams out there, Che walked up, said, "Pressure is a privilege," shot it,
Yeah.
and then as it was rolling, said, "Got it," and then nailed it. And this comes in the context of he celebrated early 30 times on the rolls that did not end up being strikes. Unreal.
But this was the clip where, I mean, this was a terrible shot an hour and 15 minutes in when we could have gone home. We could have avoided the whole 9-hour thing.
Yeah.
That was the number. I said it to Ebo as we were, I don't know, maybe 8 hours in. I was like, we really could have gone home.
Where'd Connor just go?
8:15
The
last
slow
night.
clap. The slow clap.
Slow clap was crazy.
It was just such a.
We all have
terrible-
content brain, though.
Oh, that's
We did
the
it-
bad one.
That's the
Yeah.
bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That set the scene. It took us 8 hours to get back to that point, and we had to add not one, not two, but 3 of the Bowling Alley's employees to the team. Shout out Colin, shout out Grace, and shout out Bennett. Good guys and gals over there.
You
And
shout.
Ozzy.
Also, yeah.
You
Don't
added-
forget about Ozzy Bulls.
Oh, Ozzy Bulls.
Yeah.
On Instagram, Ozzy Bulls.
Wait, the only way those
Ozzy
people that work there were ever going to leave is if they stepped in and did it for you?
They were just having to sit there and just watch this get worse and worse over time. God, look at him, dude. Here he is.
this
Ice
is the
water in
winner.
his veins, dude.
Gia looks miserable.
He did that weird hump. He did that weird
Yeah.
pumping thing every single time, too.
He also
Nailed it.
This reaction. So good. I love Che.
I love this job. What a weird and stupid and wonderful place that we are blessed enough to work at. Like we talked to Doug Flutie for an hour yesterday, and then we did this. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was the most fun
I
I've
actually
ever
just
done in
kept-
my life.
during the dark times last night, I just kept reminding myself how awesome Doug Flutie was.
Well,
I just had to remember back to more fun times.
You guys going home after this, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kept thinking about Paul.
Yeah.
Paul. Anyway,
Doug
watch the
Flutie,
interview.
Paul's
Okay,
best
okay.
friend.
Okay, whatever. We're probably doing too much inside baseball. Let's talk NBA play-in last night. It was fantastic. Like I said, I think the play-in. Well, what do you think, Brandon? To me, the play-in is a matter of. It's kind of in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Like it can mean everything to you as a fan, or it can be kind of a source of endless frustration.
So I think it can be in between hope and depression. You get a team like the Hornets who have been down for several years. The play-in game is a shot of life. It is a shot of the future. It is a shot of everything. They also won a game where Continental scored 6 points and went 0 for 6 from 3. Like they look at that. Look at that. Look at that arena.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
incredible.
the crowd
It's
pops were
awesome.
amazing.
But then if you're a team like the Bulls or the Heat, the Heat's in this every year. It begins to get depressing. The play-in should be like an elixir that gets you into the playoffs. But for the Heat, it's like a prison that they can't escape. It seems like, and the Bulls were the same way. They're not in it this year. Yeah, it's just it's an incredible one-off that if you play it multiple years in a row, you feel like your franchise has stalled out.
yeah, you got to be on the rise.
Well, I want to ask this question because obviously they're talking nonstop about tanking and how the players don't care about the regular season and you don't get this great excitement for the regular season because it doesn't really seem to matter a whole lot. Does the play-in diminish the importance of the regular season because now you're just letting in a bunch of teams, or is it the opposite, the inverse, where it's like, oh, well, more teams have a bite at the apple and they want to try harder in the regular season because they know that they could possibly.
I don't think it changes the regular season really a bit. It just changes the entry point where people are like, instead of the teams clamoring for that 8 spot, they're clamoring for that, they're racing for that 10 spot because the 10 spot gets you a chance to get into the 8 spot, right? So it just moves the line back a little bit. It does include 1 or 2 more teams. But I don't know that it you're talking about an 82 game marathon here.
Yeah.
Not a 14 game sprint or anything. So
One thing it does, though, on top of adding a couple fan bases in the mix, is like in the past, you get the A seed. Most likely, your postseason experience is going to be 4-1,
Short,
getting swept, like whatever. It's going to be you show, okay, congrats, you made it. Now it's over. This gives you a moment, like no matter where the Hornets go from here,
Yeah.
that home crowd is going to have that moment. And obviously, they're going to want to. Are they automatically in, or no? They have to. win.
No, they have to win another game.
They have to be the
They have
loser.
to-
They have to be the loser of tonight.
that's right.
Yeah. So they still have to win another game, but that crowd will always have that night. And again, as a fan of a long-suffering NBA franchise, I've been at like a play-in watch party where they were on the road in LA. They had to win, and when it's coming in that context, it's incredibly exciting. And then if you're the Heat again, though, you're just miserable. You hate it, and you want to fire everyone.
Yeah.
Most likely. So good for this young Hornets team. One of the most exciting teams out there. Now we should get into the Melo Ball drama. Because Bam Adebayo ends up leaving this game with a back injury that was basically directly caused by LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, I mean, he said afterwards, he basically like, yeah, my bad. Oops, I didn't mean to. But yeah, I don't know.
Sweep the leg. That's crazy.
I mean, but this was also on the heels of him doing this earlier in the season, too.
Yeah, you're right.
Where almost the same exact instance where he falls down right on the baseline, tries to just reach an arm out, trip Bam. So this time it did result in a serious injury, and it does kind of bring up questions about, seems to be pretty.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Yeah, you would think that after the first time.
Here's what Eric Spoelstra had to say about it after the game. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, well, are we? But so yes.
What do you think Eric Spoelstra had to say about it?
Okay.
What's your opinion?
I didn't see it.
There
But
we go.
I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a stupid play. It's a dangerous play. Obviously, our best player is out. I'm not making an excuse. The Hornets played great, and they made those plays down the stretch. We had our opportunities to win. I just, that's a shame. He should be penalized for that. I don't think that belongs in the game. Tripping guys, shenanigans, and Curtis was there. It's his responsibility to see that, and if it's not his responsibility, then Zach's got to see it. If somebody has got to see that, and that he should have been thrown out of the game, for that. I don't know him from anyone. There's no place in the game for that. Obviously, it took Bam out of the game, but that did not deter us.
Should LaMelo have been thrown out?
Okay, hold on. That's one of my favorite post-game quotes I've ever seen.
That was a lot.
Guys, I didn't see it. And then he just lists a laundry list of reasons where it was illegal. Guys should have been thrown out.
Hit every buzzword, I believe.
Yeah, hit every buzzword. Like,
no place
guys,
in the game.
I did not watch it at all, but it's dirty. The guy should have been out of the game. I hated it. The ref should have saw it. Yeah, like it's a nasty play. I don't in a one-game scenario, is that play enough to get thrown out of a play-in situation?
No, I mean, I not like to your point, Brandon.
Also, T-Bob, if me and you are standing on the baseline, and I pull at your foot, the odds of that leading to a back injury are infinitesimally low.
So that was going to be my point. Is like if we didn't know about the result of the injury, then we'd just be saying, okay, flagrant.
We're letting the results kind of dictate what we think of the play.
Yes, like the play itself should have been a flagrant foul.
Right.
But not enough to get
not a throw out of the game.
No.
I feel like we're letting, again, you just said it, we're letting the results of the play dictate what we should do there, and I don't know if that's how you should.
I'm just confused because we're basically calling LaMelo a repeat offender at this time, maybe impulsive, maybe lacks some judgment. I can't think of any other sector in his life that we've seen anything that would maybe speak to those traits.
Well, that too, but also the more egregious thing last night was he punched the Hornets mascot in celebration.
Yeah.
Who's this?
He just smacked him upside the head.
LaMelo Ball, he plays, behaves, and lives like a video game character controlled by someone like Bart Simpson. He's so ridiculous that you forget how much of a talent he is, right?
Yeah, he had 30 points last night.
Yeah.
Guys, do we have the Kobe White 3? Can we go to commercial break with the Kobe White play? Am I putting okay? I'm putting production in a blender here. My bad. But it was awesome. We'll play it again a bit later. Coming up next, The Athletic's Dane Brugler. He just released The Beast. It is a massive scouting report.
Nice to see somebody still working at the Athletic.
And Dane just released not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had a 7-round mock draft. Coming up next, let's talk NFL draft.
Why not?
7-round mock draft. It's disgusting. All right, guys, it is playoff season, but we live in a country ultimately dictated by football in the NFL.
Sure.
And it is NFL draft season. And who better to talk to than the man that just released The Beast? Arguably the most comprehensive draft breakdown of all of the prospects top to bottom. That's The Athletic's Dane Brugler. Dane, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How are we feeling today, dude?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're okay. We're okay.
Will there be someone that goes back through your 7-round mock draft and judge how many you got right in like the 5th round?
In today's social media world, absolutely. Okay. And that's okay. I mean, it's that's my job, right? Is to try to speculate and do my best guess. And mock drafts are, I get it. Everybody mocks the mock draft. But what are NFL teams doing right now? They're doing mock drafts. They want to figure out, okay, let's lessen the surprises on draft night. Let's try to go through these different scenarios. And okay, if this happens, then these are the players that'll be available for us. But if ABC happens, okay, that changes everything. So as much as the mock drafts get mocked, this is exactly what NFL teams are doing right now.
So let's talk a little bit about the Beast, the draft guide. It's over 300,000 words. It's got 402 profiles, 2,700 rankings. Like it's what is the timeline on something like this? When do you start? How long does it take to compile? What's the process like? How do you create this behemoth of draft knowledge?
It's a full year project. I already started on next year, inevitably, because you're watching tape and a left tackle jumps out at you and you start making notes for next year. But it's to build something to this magnitude, it does take the full year. And summer is when you kind of get that base information, understand who these players are. The fall, when we have updated evidence on film, it's when you adjust the rankings. And so by the time we get to the pre-draft process, it's just filling in the gaps at that point. And I take a lot of pride in the fact that this is the only draft publication that has NFL verified testing information for 2,700 players. You're not going to find that anywhere else. But I love how fans use this as a resource guide. Just thinking about going back to free agency, heard from a lot of fans that went back 4 years ago to the Beast, dug that up because their team just signed somebody new. And so they looked, okay, what was his 40-yard dash? What was his scouting report coming out of college? And so it's been cool to see it be a resource that's lived on over time.
I have a very important question right now. We work here at Barstool Sports. We have our own mock drafter. None of us like him at all. His name is Stephen Shea. You're in the mock draft universe. You're in the NFL draft universe, I should say. Have you ever heard the name Stephen Shea? And if you have, what do you think of him?
I think first thing that comes to mind, Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah.
That's the first thing that pops into my mind, and that's a kind thing to say, right? It's not,
That's the only thing that comes into my mind, so that's fine. That's the fact that he has left that big of an impression is pretty shocking.
Yeah, but no, I mean he's a passionate guy about sports, about football.
I'm just kidding. You don't actually have to talk about Stephen Shea. I have a real NFL draft.
Dane wants to say he's a rank amateur.
Yeah. Well, he is. So this draft, it feels like it's what, next week, and it doesn't feel like it has the kind of cachet that a lot of drafts have. Is that just the lack of high-end quarterbacks? Is that why it feels like we're kind of limping to it as opposed to it's dominating the storylines right now?
Yeah, that's fair. I think most drafts are judged by the quarterbacks, and obviously we're gonna have a quarterback at number 1 overall. Fernando Mendoza will be a Las Vegas Raider, and then it's anybody's guess when Ty Simpson, assuming Ty Simpson is a quarterback 2, which would be a surprise if he wasn't. It's anybody's guess when he's going to come off the board next, and so, but not only the quarterbacks, but it's just a lighter top 10 than usual. There are definitely some stars in this draft. Jeremiah Love, obviously, the Notre Dame running back. Carnell Tate from Ohio State should be the first receiver drafted, and he'll start a run of these receivers in the first round. Some really good defensive players, especially from Ohio State. But relative to other years, it is definitely a little bit lighter at the top, both quarterback and then just overall.
So, Dane, we were kind of talking off air a little bit, and I was asking about the 7-round mock, and you were talking about one of the kind of advantages gained is you force yourself to really try to understand a team's needs top to bottom. And so you're maybe uniquely positioned to answer this. Is there a team that when you look at their needs and maybe the depth or quality of positions available in this draft, like is there a team that you think almost has an inherent advantage because of the makeup of the talent in this year's draft?
Well, I think if you're a team that needs an edge rusher, needs a wide receiver, I think you're in a good spot. I think you're feeling good about the depth of what this draft has to offer. Now, if you're a team that needs a quarterback or a running back, you're thinking the opposite. You're looking at your options, and there are not many of those guys. It's very light at both those two positions, which honestly, I've been doing this a long time. This is the first time I can ever remember it's light at both quarterback and running back in the same year. But if I'm a team, I think like the Cowboys, they have 2 first-round picks, 2 picks in the top 20. They need to go defense. And this is a draft with a lot of really good defensive talent. I mentioned those Ohio State guys with Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles, Caleb Downs. It feels like the Cowboys are in a position where they need to get better and they have a chance to do it with those early picks. And if it'll be interesting to see how those first 11 picks go, or do they get aggressive at 12, look to trade up into the top 10 to get one of those defensive guys. But I think it's easy to look at this class overall and say it's a little bit lighter, but when you go position by position, I think you see how deep it is at receiver, deep it is at edge rusher. Safety is a good group. Tight ends, there's a ton of tight ends. There will be really good tight ends still available on day 3. So I think it goes position by position in terms of the strengths of this draft and where you feel like a team might be better positioned.
Well, Dane, I know you're talking about the depth at those other positions, not to go back to the quarterback situation real fast, but there's a lot of talk, obviously, about Fernando being one. Ty Simpson seemingly will be second quarterback taken off the board. Who do you view as the third quarterback taken off the board in this draft, if there is one? That comes to mind.
There will be one.
No, even that comes to mind.
Garrett Nussmeier, to me, is the third quarterback from LSU. Now, I mean, he'll throw you in and out of games, and he was hurt this year. That was part of why I think he took a step back compared to his 2024 tape. But Garrett Nussmeier is, obviously a son of a coach. His dad's the offensive coordinator with the Saints. There's a lot to like about his command of the offense, the way the ball comes off his hand, his ability to lead drives. I don't know that any team's going to look at him and say, okay, that's an NFL starter, but somebody that you want in your quarterback room, and if we have to put him out there and he's going to help us, as a spot starter, I think you feel good with Garrett Nussmeier doing that. Now, Carson Beck is also in that mix. Some teams like him. Drew Aller from Penn State has some upside, just being a four-year guy at Penn State, but then missing the second half of his senior year. Just it feels like it's an incomplete report. Like there's something just missing from that Drew Aller tape. But he's big. He's got a big arm. He's a decent athlete. The intangibles are really good. You feel like he has yet to hit his ceiling as a quarterback. And so for a team looking for a little bit of upside, I wouldn't be surprised if Drew Aller's in that quarterback 3 conversation for them.
So in order to reinforce the point, Dane, that we are, it is impossible for us to do anything but talk about quarterbacks. What about Taylen Green, man? Like he is some. I mean, we live in a world where Anthony Richardson went top 5, and you look at Taylen Green, and I get all the flaws and whatnot, but from a raw physical standpoint, I mean, you're talking about like a potential unicorn type of guy. At what point do you think does a team just say, you know what, screw it, dude, let's just take a shot and see if this guy can become something?
Yeah, I think once we get to say like the 3rd round, I think that's where we could potentially see Taylen Green come off the board. Former Boise State Bronco, transfers to Arkansas, and he did get better, I think, every single year. Started 4 years overall. He's one of the most physically gifted players in the draft, full stop. I mean, it's just hard to find guys that are 6'6", 227 pounds. He ran a 4.36 and a 43.5-inch vert. The testing numbers are unbelievable. Big, athletic, competitive, off the field, awesome guy. Football characters off the charts, personal characters off the charts. It's just the decision making's up and down, the accuracy's up and down, and you want somebody that takes better care of the football. Both fumbles, interceptions, just takes too many unnecessary chances. But to your point, it's just hard to find guys like this. Hard to find talents of this magnitude. And so if somebody, pulls the trigger in round 3, I think that there's no mystery why. And long term, if it doesn't work out, who knows? Maybe, 4 years down the road, you have a tight end if you want to make that transition for him. So I think that the testing, the athletic ability, also with the character, is going to get him drafted probably higher than the tape says he probably should.
All right, let's talk receivers. You mentioned it as one of the depth positions. Obviously, you have Carnell Tate at the top. You have Jordan Tyson, Mekhi Lemon, guys like that. I love all those guys. Who's your favorite of the group? And then speak to the depth a little bit. Who's a guy off that list that speaks to the depth of this group?
Yeah, I think that if we're going to see a run on these receivers, offensive tackles and receivers, we're going to see a run on both those positions in the first round. Could see as many as 6 receivers go. Those 3 guys you mentioned, Casey Concepcion, Omar Cooper Jr., Denzel Boston from Washington, for teams looking for that bigger X receiver. So, but I think it starts with Carnell Tate. And where does I think the Browns at 6, the Commanders at 7, the Saints at 8. All 3 of those teams make sense. The Saints, they can't pass on an Ohio State receiver. We know that. But the Browns, they've been looking for that perimeter target that could be a weapon for them. And, last year in the first round, they passed on Teteroa McMillan. And this year, I think they're going to look at it and say, let's not do that again. Let's go for the 3-level threat that can win down the field, be a vertical presence, but also he's a really good route runner in a short to intermediate game. He catches everything. He didn't have a single drop last year. His contested catch rate is off the charts. So I think with Carnell Tate, you have, because if you look at the Browns roster right now, their top weapon is a second-year tight end and Harold Fannin, who's a good player, but you need more than that for whoever is your quarterback. So I think Carnell Tate is a good chance to go at 6. And then, like I said, it's a deep group. If you don't get your guy in the first round, I think you could look at the second round and feel good about Malachi Fields from Notre Dame. Ted Hurst from Georgia State is a name to know. He's another one of these big receivers who tested really well. He had over 1,000 yards last year for a 1-11 team. And so there's a lot of talent there, even if he is a little bit raw. And one other name to know, Dejon Stribling from Ole Miss has been one of those late risers that teams thought back in January, maybe a 4th rounder. Now teams have him on the board as a 2nd rounder. And so I think he's been one of those guys that's just helped himself every step of the process.
Dane, how do you correctly scout a guy like Carnell Tate? Because he suffers from what, during the height of the Saban era, I called the Alabama paradox, right? Where on any given Saturday, like, they're entering with a team that is markedly better than the opponent. So all individual, what happens when you stick that individual on a more even playing field? Well, it's like, okay, here you have Carnell Tate, but he's got Jeremiah Smith that the defense has to worry about. He's all this other talent around him. So what is it about Tate where people still believe that he's the best receiver in this draft when he arguably wasn't even the best receiver on his team?
It's a fair thing to bring up because you're right. Watching tape of Tate, it's just amazing the coverage and how it just swarms towards Jeremiah Smith. And that leaves Carnell Tate with a lot of one-on-one matchups that he's able to exploit. Now, at the same time, there were also several plays where he saw double coverage and it was up to the receiver to create his own separation, win deep. And so I think there's enough on tape where you feel good about, because everything you said is 100% correct. But I think there's enough on tape that makes you feel good about, yeah, okay, he ran a 4.53, but his pacing on a vertical stem is really impressive. His ability to gear down, snap off a route, and create a window for his quarterback is really, really good. And then, like I said, he owns the catch point. He had 14 contested targets last year. He caught 12 of them. Last year, there were 168 wide receivers in college football who had at least 66 targets. He was one of 4 that just didn't have a single drop. So he can climb the ladder. He can expand that catch radius. And so there's a mix of talent and just a technically proficient aspect of the way he plays, and then the catching radius. I'm going to bet on that. And I think just when you look at the wide receiver prices in the NFL, and no disrespect to like Alec Pierce or, he deserves the contract he got. But when you have a chance to get a receiver that's talented on this rookie deal, I think teams are looking at that and seeing the value. And that's why we're going to see a run on these guys in the first round.
All right, last question from me. I've got, so Ruben Bain Jr. Ruben Bain Jr. is somebody that we found out recently. We found out this week, I guess, that he had been involved in a car accident. And we find out later that the NFL draft community, they've known this for months. They've known everything. This is not a surprise to any teams, which leads me to this question. What else do you guys know? What are you guys hiding from us? What do you know things about the future that I should know about? And the serious part of the question is, does this affect his draft stock at all?
I do not expect it to affect his draft stock. Obviously, my job is all basically watching tape and talking to scouts, talking to guys in the league, and that's basically what my job is. And so I obviously hear a lot of things, and not all of it's for print, not all of it's for publication that I would share. And part of it is you don't want to. It's very much a gray area because every off-field incident, every character concern is a little bit different. And if I feel like it's going to drastically change where a player is going to be drafted, then I feel like, okay, there's some type of obligation to talk about it and just inform fans like, hey, this might be why he's falling. But I don't think this is going to affect where Ruben Bain is drafted. It's something teams have been talking about for well over a year. They've done their own investigations, and I feel like they're at a spot where they understand what happened. I don't think it's going to be something where teams are gonna pass because of that. Now, the fact that he has under 31-inch arms, and he'd be an historical outlier, that's something that I think teams might lead them to pass and go in a different direction. But ultimately, I think Ruben Bain is a top 12 pick when we fast forward to next week and Thursday night.
Hey, Dane, so how do you take in draft day? Like, in a perfect world, I feel like you'd be able to kind of sit back, chill out, finally enjoy the fruits of your labor. But I'm sure you're having to react, right? So what are your draft day plans?
We do a live show from Chicago on The Athletic, myself and Robert Mays, and we have a good crew. Bruce Feldman's part of it. And so we do every pick Thursday night, Friday night. And so it's really fun doing it, finding out each pick in real time and being able to share that with everybody. And so it's a lot of fun experiencing the draft with kind of everybody else.
Again, guys, if you want to be prepared for the draft, if you want to sound like the smartest guy in your group text, whatever the case may be, go check out The Beast. It is overwhelming in how fantastic it is. Dane, can't thank you enough for this morning, man.
Anytime. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, coming up next, it's time for the best segment that we do here on Wake Up Barstool, Brandon. You already know what we mean.
Was he based in Chicago?
I don't know.
Could have just drove down here if he is.
Griffins and outs coming up next.
It'll be a loopy one, too.
A loopy-doopy
Always
one.
is.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Hope you're having a great morning. Shout out to all the Hornets fans out there. Listen, incredible offensive plays, but they ultimately won with a defensive stand. And it was great to see. But right now, it's time.
Why are you trying to make this a thing?
It's a thing. I hope that it's a thing. It used to be a thing with the Hornets. I don't know if they brought it back to Charlotte, but
You would chant defense.
defense.
This is why they left,
It was I used to see it so high, and then they called the dance team the Honeybees. Which is another great name. All right, Connor, that's not the point. The point is it's time to learn what we're taking in next week with us. What are we leaving behind? It's Griffins and outs.
Thank you very much, T-Bob. Honorary in. It's defense. I think that has some legs.
Thank you, Brandon.
Well, we'll stick with that. My first real in, though, it's got to be underdog stories in sports. It's always nice to see. But sometimes, we go a while without seeing a new one. You think of your Rudies, your Invincibles, all that type of stuff. We have one in college football. There is currently a 60-year-old college football player. He plays defensive line. And this is at McDaniel College. His name is Tom Green. He is trying to become the oldest college football player in history. He beat cancer a few years back. And now he's enrolled at this college. Here he is strapping it up.
Is he different from the other 59-year-old player we had on last?
That was a 58-year-old player we had on last year.
Yes.
So he's trying to break his record.
Absolutely. And
he
he's
was
a
also
tank.
Tom.
Yes.
Damn, dude. Look at Tom Green.
McDaniel College. He's catching a lot of wave right now. A lot of headlines about him. And we'll see exactly how it turns out this fall. But yeah, he's doing his thing.
Bro, I know his knees are hurting. That's crazy.
I don't know. It seems to be in pretty good shape. I don't know.
Brandon, my bum is on your lips. My bum is on your lips.
What's that got to do? Oh, Tom.
Tom Green. He looks great. Glad to see you doing well, Tom.
It's cool for Tom Green to hump a dead moose.
Yeah.
I suppose. My first.
They don't know what we're talking about.
I'm totally lost. I was just going to move on to the next
Tom
thing.
Green show later.
Okay, sure. I'd be down. My first out, it's technical difficulties. This was crazy last night in the Heat-Hornet game. Overtime, you're watching the broadcast, and then this just pops up out of nowhere. The screen goes black, technical difficulties. Right at the most pivotal point of the game, LeBron James was tweeting about it. He's saying, what the heck is going on? Tell me the game didn't just cut off. Am I tripping? You're not tripping, LeBron. Cut off out of nowhere, which is just unacceptable.
It raises a bigger concern. These streaming companies, as they take over more and more of these, like there's now conversation that NBC is going to lose Sunday Night Football to a streamer.
Damn.
Wait, there is conversation?
Yes.
I did not know
I
that.
mean, at some point, network TV needs to be able to somebody needs to step in and say, we need these things on network TV because they don't have these problems.
Yeah.
As often as streamers do.
Yeah.
Difficulties.
But then again, some of the streaming services are doing really cool things with these games.
Yeah.
I mean, the Prime Nerd Vision cast that they do with the all 22 angles, fantastic.
Sure.
The Disney Plus Toy Story game, or this year was the Monsters Inc. game, is very fun.
Not really though. We could do without it.
Simpsons game.
Yeah.
Simpsons game.
No, dude, the kids love it.
Those are my first 2 words in the last 40 minutes.
Yeah. Production did ask 2 minutes ago if you were alive. Are you feeling
doing
okay?
He's
great.
good. He's good. Well, listen, I think we might have some takes on this next one. We were talking about for the first in about underdogs. Let's talk about another dog. Let's talk about Air Bud in.
Hell yeah. Wait, why? He's back?
Air Bud returns. It's a movie. I didn't realize that this was happening. They're making a new Air Bud movie. KB, what's Air Bud's full name?
It was Bud DeCiccio, but I would imagine he's at least paralyzed or dead by now.
Okay.
No,
the
they're
original
doing
Air Bud.
Oh, he's
doing
got
like-
a super dad.
They're doing like an Irishman de-aging thing, like with De Niro, how they made him
So
look
that is
young.
the original Air Bud?
Yeah, that's the original Air Bud.
He's getting into
Sure.
more sports?
I think so. Well, there's like, I looked it up. There's probably 15 different Air Bud spinoffs.
Yeah, 7th inning fetch, golden receiver.
No way.
No. Like the Snow Buddies and like the Santa,
Oh,
all that type
further
of
than
stuff.
that.
Yeah. And now this is they're going back to the OG and they're doing Air Bud. So we'll be seeing that at the start of 2027.
You gonna see that one in the theaters?
Yeah, maybe.
It's not my favorite sports animal movie. Does anybody remember MVP? The most
That was
valuable
the,
primate?
Yeah, the chimpanzee.
But that wasn't.
Ice Log.
Hold on, but that wasn't even the best baseball movie starring a chimp.
What was?
Ed.
What was that?
Oh, the baseball player.
Yeah, that was with Matthew LeBlanc. One of the worst movies I've ever watched in my entire life. It's so incredibly awful.
The horse?
But you love it?
No, Ed.
The baseball playing horse.
He's a third baseman.
Wait, so there's a baseball playing chimpanzee named Ed?
Yes.
And there's a baseball playing horse named Mr. Ed.
Stop. Yeah, say Mister, because you keep saying Ed.
Okay,
Mister,
I
put
apologize.
some respect on Mr. Ed.
Yeah, you're right. I apologize.
I just hope that this reinvigorates the sports animal.
By the way,
cross
I
hybrid.
found out something. You know how our campaign on Mostly Sports is to get Mr. Ed as Hollywood star?
Yeah.
If you just pay the $75,000 fee, anybody can have a star on Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
That's
all a scam.
Cheapens it immensely.
So we might have to just raise the
Buy it.
Oh yeah. We'll try it out.
Do people buy their own star?
There are people like Robert De Niro does not have a star because he's not going to he's not going to pay the money.
Oh,
he's
that's
broke.
crazy.
Go ahead.
My next out.
Go ahead, Connor.
It's mercy. No mercy whatsoever. We saw over the weekend the Costa Rica women's soccer team. They beat the Cayman Islands 21-0 in the qualifiers for CONCACAF. Brandon, what was the star name?
Priscilla Chinchilla.
Right, baby.
Priscilla Chinchilla was the star player for Costa Rica. Had 7 goals, including one in the 90th minute. I think Del Campo up there had one in extra time. This was just a blowout. They did not take the foot off the gas at all. No mercy.
If I'm looking at this right, they had a goal in the 82nd minute. They had a goal in the 90th minute, the 79th minute, the 90th in stoppage time. Like they just never stopped.
Yeah, this is ruthless. Like you can't be scoring and you can't be scoring once you're up like 14-0.
Also, their first goal.
Pass it around and end the game.
Their first goal is at 11 minutes, so they really started just pounding.
Priscilla Chinchilla came alive.
Priscilla Chinchilla.
She's the best. But yeah, so shout out to Costa Rica, and we'll be following them with great intrigue. Next up,
No, you won't.
my last in, I should say. Sorry, it's beers. Beers, very
Good.
much in.
Hell yeah.
Specifically, our very own Dana Beers, who apparently is just a college basketball expert. He's gained a lot of street cred. He put out his way too early top 25 for the next upcoming basketball season in college hoops. And USC men's hoops put his ranking of them, number 8, on their graphic with a bunch of other, like, really prestigious.
Could he only name 8 teams?
I don't know.
I think he's just always hungry.
This is way out of whack. Everybody's 17,
Yeah,
17.
should we be worried he's not with consensus?
This looks like the numbers that like opened the hatch on Lost. What are these numbers?
Listen, he's the very first one there. He has USC in his way too early top 25, ranked number 8. And there it is, Barstool Sports.
Was he just
Dana
writing
Beers.
down the teams that he remembers?
No. This is from the official USC men's basketball Twitter account.
And those numbers also
Beersy.
won the lottery?
Yeah, Hurley won the lottery.
Yeah, everything was really well connected in that show.
It
except
really
for the
was.
end.
Put some respect on his name, okay? That
Lost?
is
Yeah.
Professor Beers. He just gave an hour-long lecture to his college students.
Yes.
That's right. We need to get that update on.
And Daniel Faraday, he invented time travel. I'm still a loss on him.
You're thinking of Doc
And
Brown.
Ben Linus was not Ben Linus. He was with the others.
You're thinking of Doc Brown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ebo's thinking of Lost, guys.
Yes.
Ebo
Ben Linus
Lost.
is lost, but time travel was Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
That was a DeLorean.
Right.
88 miles an hour.
Sure.
All
right, what do we got next?
We're going to stick with Barstool, but yeah, shout out to Dana Beers. Be on the lookout for him. He's making waves in the college basketball space. I'm out on the Saberhood. The Buffalo Sabres, they've had a great season, but they are tarnishing the name of our beloved coworker, Ryan Whitney. He said back, I want to say it was maybe in December, that the Sabres have a 0.000% chance.
Now, wait a minute, Connor.
of
This is
making the playoffs.
extremely fair play right here.
Listen, it's a funny chirp, but I have to stand up for Ryan Whitney. And
I don't think Ryan Whitney needs you to stand
why
up
do
for
you
him.
need to carry water for Whitney?
I appreciate everything
I don't
he
even
does
know
for the
what
company.
Ryan Whitney is standing up against this. Like, this was in December. He said they have a 0% chance of making the playoffs. They're not only in the playoffs, they're like a real contender.
Also, going out of your way to get a billboard, like an actual physical billboard.
This is awesome.
It's a great chirp, and if it was anybody else but Ryan Whitney that they're making fun of, I would absolutely have it
Does
as an
Ryan
in.
Whitney know your name?
You would follow each other on
If this
Twitter.
was Biz, it would be an in.
That's a different story.
Okay.
Although Biz is a good guy.
What if it was Brandon? Because I feel like Brandon deals with this all the time.
Yeah.
People
Not on
love
billboards.
People love to
I've been
pillory
put on
Brandon.
billboards before. I've been, maybe not billboards as much, but I've been on a lot of hype videos.
That is
A
true.
lot of hype videos.
That's basically a billboard on the internet.
That's a moving billboard. Yes.
Okay.
All right, coming up next, guys. Excellent work, Connor. Again, the loopiness continues. We are fighting. We are making it. Coming up next,
just wanna leave?
a team that refuses to fight.
Me and
a
Kyle
team
got
that
this.
will not make it. The U.S. men's national team back in the news again, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. Wake Up Barstool.
Even our production's loopy. They just showed a picture of our kitchen.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So, USA Soccer Sporting Director Matt Crocker, very American-sounding name. He's actually a Welshman. But Matt Crocker, again, sporting director here for USA Soccer, has decided to take another job, the same role, but with the Saudis. What are we, 2 months before the World Cup? What are we doing, Matt?
I think it is shameful to take a job with the Saudis doing the exact same thing you're doing just because they offer you loads and loads and loads of money, I'm assuming. And I'm going to tell you right now that if the Saudis want my resume, it is available via email, and I can get it to them very quickly. They can look at my entire LinkedIn. They can look, if they want me to come do the exact same job for them, I will give them my resume, my references, everything that is available on demand. That way they know how much I will not go over there and do it for a load of money. I mean, loads and loads of money.
I guess, that makes sense.
What?
They'd have to build like special sun blockers for you.
What?
I'll have you know that I went to Augusta last week, which was the hottest place on earth,
Okay.
and I went 2-0 against the sun. Okay, am I glowing? Am I peeling a little bit? Sure, yeah, okay. But I got 0 migraines,
Yep.
0 headaches because I electrolyted up. And that's what you should have done last night. You should have electrolyted up, but you didn't, and now you're dragging.
In all seriousness, like Matt Crocker leaving, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect the play in the field. No. It is a bit of a weird look. It's at a time when it seems like all U.S. men's national team right now is bad and a little disconcerting. And
More important
inspiring.
question: what's the U.S. soccer sporting director do?
He directs the sports.
Right. Well, there's only one sport that he needs to worry about. So,
Yeah, he directs the soccer sport.
Right. So what's he do?
He directs it.
Right. In directing it, what does he do?
Like
Action.
make sure that it's good. Like youth camps.
But it's not good.
It's not good. He wasn't
So
doing,
what are we worried
doing a
about?
good job.
Right.
Yeah, Crocker. It's a crock of crap. Get out of here. I don't know, dude. I hope that the U.S. Plays well. They're in a group. It's friendly. They should. This is not the group of death. They're on home soil. They should advance, except nothing about the team leads you to believe that they're going to.
Yeah, to your point, even though this might not have massive ramifications, it is just a very odd look, and once again, a sign that we just can't figure out soccer, at least for the men's.
Yeah.
The men's division in this country, for whatever reason, it's just going to be this weird thing where stuff like this happens.
Guys,
we get poached and everything. I don't know.
The world has to have some things, right?
Yeah, I guess.
We got hockey, we got baseball, we got
We should be
don't
way
have
better.
baseball. We got so many things.
You know what we do have? We have Ebo's Baseball Bonanza. Lock it in, Ebo. Let's go. It's your time to shine.
You're not going to want to miss this one.
Coming up next, hour number 2 of Wake Up Barstool. Look at that, the old Mississippi. Beautiful. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, hour number 2. We got the Mostly crew here today. It's T-Bob, Brandon Walker, Ebo, Connor Griffin, and our smartest boy, KB there behind the glass. I want to get into the baseball bonanza. What
was that?
What was it? What do you mean?
You made a sneer.
I didn't want to just look awkwardly.
Yeah, but you
acknowledging the laud.
But you chose to sneer, and it wasn't like a passive one.
Yeah, it was more of an emotional impulse, I guess. I was proud. He called me the smartest.
Yes, the smartest.
So I sneered.
Hey,
I just thought it was humorous. That's all.
Okay.
So speaking of baseball, Carson's eating sunflower seeds this morning. Pretty early for sunflower seeds. Brandon, I feel like you probably have a lot of beliefs on the best flavors of sunflower seeds.
So I'm just an originals guy. I just, you give me some salted sunflower seeds, I'm good. I don't need ranch. I don't need barbecue. I don't need all salt and vinegar. I think you're doing tricks on it when you do all that stuff. I just like good salted sunflower seeds.
Well, I will be the one doing tricks on it then, sir, because ranch sunflower seeds are by far the superior seed
See,
choice.
there you go. You can't just, things can't just be good as they are. You got to dress them up and dolly them up. So I'm just guessing you don't like sunflower seeds. You like ranch.
I don't like what sunflower seeds do to my mouth. And I do love ranch. I mean, guilty on all counts. KB, what about you?
I could never get the mechanics down to get the seed out, so I was just tearing up my esophagus with jagged shells. I would swallow them.
Best seed. Y'all have a favorite seed?
Never had them.
I got 4 kids.
It would have to be the cacao, the dominant component of chocolate, life's simplest pleasure.
Okay. I was thinking Archie Manning, but that's a fine answer, KB. All right, now it's time for Ebo's Baseball Bonanza.
I need a nap.
What are you looking at me like that for? It's an impressive scene.
Go, Ebo, let's go.
I was waiting for some sort of animation there to wake me up a little bit.
Hey, Ebo,
what do you want to talk about,
How about
T-Bob?
this? Wake the hell up.
What do you want to talk about?
Because right now, we have the Dodgers. Everybody else is average. So as we try to parse, okay, what is true and what is untrue at this early portion of the season, which of these teams are you actually worried about? Like, you're like, okay, no, this team is going to be legitimately bad.
I'm sleepwalking a little bit this morning, T-Bob. I don't know if you can tell.
That's redundant. You got it. I am going to punch you.
I don't know if you can tell. You know who else is sleepwalking?
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox. Garrett Crochet gets lit up the other night. I would be very worried if I was a Boston Red Sox fan. I mean, you got Jaron Duran flipping the bird to the fans. In Minnesota.
saw that.
I would be legitimately worried if I was a Red Sox fan.
He says the fans told him to go kill himself. I think that's what he said in the press conference.
Yeah.
I mean, if the fan did say that,
that's a fair flip off. But yeah, your team is definitely a bit in turmoil if you have things like this happen in the field. I'm also a bit worried. This isn't necessarily a team, but Jazz Chisholm just being near a microphone. He has said that he doesn't like playing in the cold, which is when they play baseball when it matters the most.
He doesn't know the rules.
And he doesn't know the rules. Now, he may be trolling. Some people think he's trolling. If he's trolling, he's the worst troller ever.
Or the best.
I guess maybe. Yeah, maybe he's pulling one over all of us. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about Jazz Chisholm near a microphone.
Maybe he just didn't know the timing of the outs, right? If he went to first and they got the tag down on second, he just didn't know if it mattered if he scored. Like, he didn't know the timing of it.
Tell me about this Jordan Walker. 8 home runs so far for.
Yeah, I mean, a guy that got DFA'd, or not DFA'd, but optioned multiple times in 2024. Only had 6 homers last year, and then he's already eclipsed that in half of April. 8 home runs already this season. His Savant page is lit up with red. I mean, if you're a Cardinals fan, you have to be happy that the team remained patient with him. He's only 23, and people were ready to write him off as a complete bust. So good for Jordan Walker.
Speaking of baseball Savant pages, you were talking about Chandler, right? A player who exists in a bit of a time portal here. In a day and age where all we care about is absolute results. Here's a guy who wants to slap it around. He wants to get on base. He wants to steal bases. is there room for that in today's MLB?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think there's an opportunity to zag right here, right? I mean, getting the bat to the ball is at a premium now. All we care about is basically driving the ball to the gaps. If you can get consistent contact and have elite speed, that plays still. Like, I mean, I think he's 99th percentile in terms of whiff rate. Yesterday played like true small ball, like line drive up the middle, two sacrifices. Like, I also last night I watched Chandler Simpson play baseball for 9 straight hours.
Played the White Sox, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
3 times last night. It was so bizarre. But yeah, I think it's legitimately cool that a guy can be successful in Major League Baseball by just hitting 300 and stealing 70 bags like that. We should be celebrating.
But like that's a crazy sentence.
Yeah.
We should not have an era of baseball where hitting 300 and stealing 70 bases.
No, there are guys that got to the Hall of Fame based on
Yeah.
that. Now we look down on it.
Yeah, we shouldn't be acting like, oh, because he doesn't have a 900 OPS, he's not some incredible player. Like, Chandler Simpson is awesome, especially if he plays a good defensive outfield. So.
Did you see the Mangum throw?
No, I want to see it. Jake Mangum, one of the nicest human beings on the entire planet.
Jake Mangum, my boy.
Probably the best Mississippi State Bulldog representative that we would know as far as alumni go.
I'm going to agree with that. I mean, he is phenomenal. So he's in left field last night. Just let this throw speak for itself. Watch where this throw lands.
Good God.
Just lands right on his shoulder.
Gotta
right
have
on the
it
tag.
too, dude. Gotta have it.
If I was ranking my favorite hosts of More Cowbell, I would probably go
Yeah.
Jake Mangum 1.
Sure.
The wide receivers coach that got fired 2.
Chad Bumfish, yeah.
And then
Good name.
I think you usually only do top 2 for podcasts. So.
You do. You never go past 2.
Yeah, there was a college football podcast last year that had like 5 people on it. It was crazy.
Way too many.
It was crazy.
Way too many.
What about this? The Pirates. Speaking of Jake Mangum.
Yeah.
Dude, the Pirates. Speaking of, okay, so you had teams you were worried about. Like, I
They're
think
exciting.
this looks sustainable for the Pirates. Like, they're actually giving Skeens run support this year.
Also, I don't want to get ahead of myself with the Pirates, but they line up very well in a playoff series. In terms
So they got
in terms of
Skeens?
like a 3-game series, if you're in the wild card or if you're in the DS in a 5-game, you can go Skeens,
Yeah.
Bubba Chandler, Ashcraft, and then even Mitch Keller. So there's a lot of good pitching options there at the
Well, their
front.
problem last year was they couldn't score runs. This year, like Brandon Lau has 7 home runs now already. You know, Mangum's a fire off the bench, but O'Neal Cruz, we made fun of him a couple weeks ago because his fielding. He is
He's on fire.
Yeah.
he is absolutely hitting this year. So like their lineup is pretty good.
Yeah. I think if you're the Brewers or a Cubs fan, you should be legitimately worried about the Pirates this season.
The Brewers are weird, man. They started off 8-2 and now they haven't won since.
Yeah.
Are you legitimately worried about the Cubs? A lot of local talk here. I mean, some people panicking, others saying, "Hey, it's early."
We'll see. I mean, we talked about their pitching issues last week with Cade Horton going down, but you know who I'm worried about?
Who's that?
The Baltimore Orioles, just general safety.
Here we
The
go.
safety of the players and anyone basically in the ballpark associated with the Orioles. Tyler O'Neill had flu-like symptoms, passed out, got a concussion.
That's a litany of maladies right there.
Yeah. 2 players in one game, both rolled their ankles, rounding first. What am I missing? Jackson Holiday, Hammett bone
Your
injury
manager?
The manager
from
getting
playing too much
smoked in the
Fortnite.
face.
Manager smoked in the face. Taylor Ward took a ball at the hand the other day. Yeah, I'm legitimately worried. I want the New City Connect uniforms just to be straight bubble wrap.
Your
if that's possible.
manager. Your manager got hit in the face by a foul ball.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is legit, but I saw a tweet last night where he had 6 broken bones in his face. Or
Yeah, he broke 6 bones. I think for the next 6 weeks he can only eat baby formula.
I saw he can
Yeah.
only eat soft foods.
Yes.
Connor, is that how you eat?
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part. It's all mush. But I also wanted to make sure that we were talking about a realistic tweet because you are also the person who thought that a dog was wearing an eye patch and everything like that when it was just AI. So when it comes to injuries and all that type of stuff, I didn't know if you were.
Why are you calling that
It was
out?
cool though.
It was cool.
And then they did put an eye patch on the dog.
Correct.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think I was ahead of the game.
Maybe.
Also, if you see a dog mascot with an eye patch, you could believe that.
Yeah. True.
What about this, Ebo? Help me out here. So the Dodgers just seemingly, I don't know, seemingly just
They're on
have
pace for
everything.
120
Yeah, just go ahead and Sharpie.
And
that
now
into
they have
October.
Andy Paez. Who's this Andy Paez guy? Like, how they have
He
Paez?
made one of
How
the most
they find
famous
him?
plays in baseball last year.
Yeah,
he made the
great defensive center fielder. He's off to a great start offensively this year, but
you remember?
They might be unstoppable.
Yeah.
Where no, you don't.
Well, no, which play? I didn't know it was any part.
Where it was in the ninth inning, bottom of the ninth inning, and the Blue Jays with a run, they win. They hit a fly ball to left
he's
field.
The one that had
he's the one that knocked over the left fielder and caught it.
Okay, I didn't realize that. And he's just hitting very well this year.
Yeah,
way to
off
go.
to a great
Congratulations, Los Angeles.
Yeah, good for them.
Very happy for
the Dodgers fan base needed a break.
Yeah,
they're 12-4 so far this year, and they're also just ripping the ball.
Hey, so you mentioned, Ebo, the Red Sox being concerned. It seems like every single day we come on the show and we have a low light of the Red Sox to show. And today's show is no difference, as we may have had one of the worst ABS challenges that we've seen thus far. Check this out here. This is, and I want to highlight this because we clown the umps a lot. But this is the umps getting one back on them a little bit. I'm sure this drove Dave. Yeah, I'm sure this drove Dave up a wall, dude. It's got to be a bad feeling.
Yeah, knowing. Oh, my God.
Oh, dude. Sit your ass down.
I actually, so this one is bad, but I do not have an issue with guys in like high leverage spots challenging and missing bad. So like if you say you were bases loaded there, it was a 2-1 ball game, and that same pitch happened, or like it's like top 8, 2-1 ball game, same pitch happens, I have no problem with losing that
throw
challenge.
Hail Mary up and
okay, so that situation you don't agree with when you have a man on first, you're down 5 and there's 2 outs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But
sometimes you just gotta take a shot.
Who cares if it's like I think this happened in the Orioles-Twins game very early this season. Wallner got clowned for a similar play, but it was bases loaded. It would have turned into a walk. It would have tied the game. I have no problem with if you miss at a full ball.
It's like a football coach.
If you're going.
Knowing what the result is going to be, but you got to challenge it.
Yeah.
You got to just see if you can maybe stop momentum or stop something.
I'll also say I was at Wrigley this weekend, my first MLB games that I've been to this year. The ABS challenge is electric on the big screen in person.
Really?
It's just so much fun. It's one of those things where I thought that I would be dreading another challenge if they did it 2 or 3 times a game. I wish they would do it like 15 or 20. Every single time they put it up on the Jumbotron, it's awesome.
I do think
it's a great pop in the crowd.
I do think there's a world where they expand it to where it's just eventually unlimited.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't take much time.
No.
Right? And what's if you're going to say, let's get these calls right, why not get these calls right later on?
Unlimited's too much, because then you allow unlimited Hail Marys. Everybody's like, oh, I don't know, it's close. Oh, I don't know, it's close.
You could do unlimited Hail Marys. And if you wanted to.
You got to have a limit on it, dude. You got to
have You can make the whole offense out of the Hail Mary if you wanted.
You could turn it into a whole project.
Okay, Connor.
Practical effects. Practical effects are back, Hollywood. Take notice, okay? Get this CG crap out of here.
What do you think about the new animated show?
Mall?
Yeah.
Oh, I only was able to watch the first episode.
I watched the first episode too. It's very good, dude.
Should we have a watch party, dude?
How about the quality of animation on it?
Incredible.
Right? Kind of like Clone Wars originally developed for television, not the biggest budget, a more economical animation style. Now,
you got Ask Wub later.
Has discovered. He's been empowered.
You send us your
they
questions.
Have a bigger budget.
You don't have to talk about this. You can talk about whatever you want. You know what? Now that I think about it, and they're talking about Star Wars, let's just go to break right now.
Yeah, let's go to break.
No, I got this. I got this. Yeah, I got it.
You can do that?
I can do that.
When we get back, NBA play-in part 2.
When we get back, NBA play-in part 2. Now, here's video of something in Chicago. Nope, never mind. Let's just go.
Wake Up Barstool FS1. We're making it.
Shut up.
Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So on yesterday's show, we had the conversation of like, okay, look, and we do agree with this, Brandon. The regular season be damned. We all accept that the NBA regular season had a really rough go of it, okay?
Sure.
And it basically sucked. However, the playoff table is set pretty damn nicely. In terms of storyline, matchups, everything else. We said the play was going to be exciting. Last night was a home run. 2 very good games. Hornets with a massive, excellent home crowd. Blazers getting down the road. And then tonight, we have play in part 2. But do you agree? Like, are you into these NBA playoffs?
No, I'm super into it. I was kind of in, especially after the All-Star break when the Lakers really turned it up and there were, a lot of good Thunder Nuggets, Thunder Spurs, Spurs Nuggets games. I think the second half of the NBA regular season was pretty terrific for people who watched it and cared to watch it. But you're right. the playoffs as we look at them right now, with the return of the Detroit Pistons to big-time basketball, with the Celtics getting Tatum back and looking like the one of the overall favorites here, with the Thunder trying to go back-to-back. Then you have the Nuggets, you have the Spurs, and Wemby in the playoffs for the first time. Like, there is LeBron's last ride, maybe. There's a lot here to really dine on and chew on if you let the NBA into your life, and a lot of sports fans will not do that.
And it's LeBron and KD still after all these years. And again, but then you also have Cunningham, Wemby, so it's like old and new. We're getting it all. Connor, what about this? Your Sixers,
Yes.
playing tonight against the Magic. The winner goes to playoffs,
Yes.
but you play the Celtics.
Right.
Yes.
The loser obviously has to play Charlotte for the AC. Like, is it actually better if you're trying to min-max playoff wins? Would you rather have the Pistons?
I'll say it right now. You'd much rather play the Pistons than the Celtics.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But you don't want to risk not making the playoffs at all.
Yeah. And listen, this happens all the time as is, whether it's first round or second round. We always run into Boston. So this was going to be inevitable. We got to win tonight, and we'll see what happens. But, you might as well just get it out of the way first round.
What's a successful Sixers run here to you? What do they need to do?
I mean, beforehand, I would have said that they finally make it out of the second round and they make it to a conference finals, which would have been very unlikely. Now it's even more unlikely given the fact that Joel Embiid has appendicitis and we don't know when the hell he's coming back, because it could be 2 weeks.
It's just always something with this guy, you know. It's always.
But it's all freak accidents.
He has more games missed than he has games played. How would you determine? How would you describe him as a basketball player?
He's a guy who perseveres, and he puts his body on the line. He was playing through Bell's palsy 2 years ago in the playoffs. How do you get Bell's palsy out of the blue like that? And now he gets appendicitis out of the blue right before the playoffs. I feel terrible for him. He's got terrible luck, but it's all going to depend on Tyrese Maxey, Tyrese Maxey is a bum?
What?
Tyrese Maxey,
I didn't say.
fifth leading scorer in the NBA.
I didn't say anything.
If anything, you're the bum in this situation.
Joel Embiid's a bum.
Joel Embiid is not a bum, has brought so much fun to the city of Philadelphia. Part of the reason why the Sixers are in this place to begin with, where they do have...
In the play-in game?
Yeah, does anybody in Philadelphia agree with what you just said?
Yes.
Is Joel Embiid actually have, he has approval of Philly fans?
The Philadelphia...
The most brutal fans that we have in the country?
Yeah, they're awful people.
The Philadelphia 76ers were in the midst of the process where they were one of the worst teams in league history.
The process was designed to get them out of that, and they drafted him as part of the process. And he
embodied the process in the sense that he was this breath of fresh life and new hope, and wound up leading us into a new era. Won an MVP.
Off air, you call every Philadelphia athlete a bum. You called Jalen Hurts a bum to me yesterday.
You're never
going to call. Okay.
Never. And yeah, if he...
You called him Bum Harper last night.
No, I did not. I did
Harper.
not call him Bum Harper. If Joel Embiid did not play as much as he did this year, and people say, well, he didn't play a whole lot, blah, 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 he sat out a ton. But there was a chance he wasn't going to play at all. But the games that he did play in got us to this point where we have a chance to even make the playoffs, because otherwise we would have been toast.
Let me stop you right there. Real quick. I just want to check in on you. Can you recap everything we just talked about?
No.
Okay, I didn't think you could. I didn't think you would.
I have a note.
Let's go.
Yes, what's your note?
This is an elite matchup of theme songs.
Yes.
Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic.
Sure.
Okay.
Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Sixers.
Clap your hands, everybody. That's so good.
Which one's better?
I like the second one you did. I like the second one you did.
10, 9, 8, 76.
This, by the way, Sixers, Embiid plays when he can play and all that stuff, and they're in the play-in, and this is kind of a step down for them over the last couple of years. But the Magic were not supposed to be in this play-in either. The Magic were supposed to be a young, exciting team who was ascending in the Eastern Conference. Probably we're on the same trajectory as the Pistons, and the Pistons went to the moon, and the Magic are now stuck back here in the play-in game on the road. Like,
they've taken a
massively disappointing for the Magic, and lost the other night. They were going to host this game, right? They were going to host this game if they had beaten Boston the other day, Boston's backups, and they couldn't do it.
I mean, the roster for Boston that day was sad.
Yeah.
And they still found a way to beat the Magic. Plus, defensively, I think the Magic have really regressed from what they were before, and now it's not even like, okay, they could have their offensive struggles, but at the very least, you hope that they still have their defense. But no, they've taken a step back.
Ben Caro's in an interesting spot where he's going to put up numbers, but is he a guy that can lead your team into prosperity? I don't know if the answer is yes.
So the Magic,
Tyrese Maxey is
young and disappointing in some ways.
He would have.
The Warriors, old and just injured to all hell. Warriors Clippers, the other playing game tonight. I mean, is there any belief in the Warriors here? They're gonna get this done. I also feel like they're so limited ceiling wise compared to the Clippers that, like, for the good of the playoffs as a whole, Warriors the only team in the play with a losing record. I think it's time to kind of let this Golden State.
Clippers had a couple month period here in this season where they were among the best teams in the league. I believe it was maybe December, January.
They started really slow.
I could have my timeline off. They started very, very slow. Once they got healthy, they really put it together and were very, very, very good. If I'm watching, if I'm the Thunder at the top, or who's the 2 seed, the Spurs? Like, Clippers are a team I kind of would like to see get eliminated tonight. Yeah. I don't think the Thunder really have to worry about them. I don't think the Spurs really have to worry about them, although they can't get to the Spurs. But I don't know. That Clippers team with the talent they got, and they had a stretch this year, probably about maybe 2 months, where they were among the best teams in the league. This is a dangerous team if they get in.
Kawhi, I think, very quietly put together like one of the greatest seasons in NBA history.
Yeah,
and
he was very good.
I don't think he's going to finish top 2 in MVP.
Did you say quietly? Was that a?
I don't think sure didn't, but I'll take credit for it.
Okay, I thought I heard that at first. The massive turnaround. I can't remember what Ty Lue said earlier in the year, but he was like, we need to go, this many wins, this many losses in the second half of the year. And they kind of did it almost to a T. So shout out to them. But yeah, I do think they're a dangerous team. That
I don't like the wording on the graphic.
So looking forward.
Those odds are staggering.
Yeah.
What's staggering about it?
Plus 110.
Yeah, I mean that really Vegas really thinks they're just going to walk to this thing.
I mean, they're the best defense in the entire league.
They're terrific. They're terrific.
Like, they're younger than everybody.
But
they're
man,
deeper than everybody.
I think the Celtics are really going to have something to say about this. And the Spurs have had the Thunder's number in the regular season.
But the thing here is, with Victor Wembanyama, I'm curious to see how it all goes down. Like, he does not play a whole lot of minutes. And in the playoffs, when you're playing a 7-game series, when your team's probably going to need you more, like, I think he's only averaging 29 minutes a game. Like, how does that factor into?
Put some respect on the guys around him. Like, they're pretty good around him, too.
Absolutely. But he's kind of the engine, so we'll see exactly if he's able to maintain it over the course of 7 games.
Shout out Tyrese Halliburton. I got to say it. He's suffering from shingles right now. And I don't know if y'all have ever had shingles.
Why did you have to shout that out?
Because I'm a 2-time sufferer of shingles, both when I was a child and last year as an adult.
Where'd you get shingles?
I don't know. It just comes.
Were you hanging out on a roof?
It's the most painful thing I've ever been through my entire life. Shout out Tyrese. I know it's messed up your Achilles rehab. Jeremy, that's just mean. In my ear, the producer said, is that why you gained so much weight like he did, okay?
Jeez.
You can't work out if you have shingles, Jeremy. It's very hard. It hurts everything. Arkansas quarterback Taylen Green next. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. So I'm very pleased right now because we are joined by a guy that I've become a bit infatuated with and that we've talked a lot about on this show, and that you're going to see tonight in Gruden's QB class, going to drop on YouTube tonight, and that is Arkansas quarterback Taylen Green. Taylen, what's up, man? How are we doing today? Thank you for waking up with us.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Taylen, in case you missed it, just ran a 4.36 40, 43.5-inch vert, 11.2 broad jump. All three are essentially records for the quarterback position at the combine.
Very similar to my numbers.
And not at all, Brandon. Not at all. You're a slow, heavy-footed titan.
Let's keep talking.
Look, Taylen, here's my question to you. What has it been like for you growing up playing football? Like, you've always just been the most athletic guy on the field. Is that a fair statement?
Definitely, yes, sir. Yeah.
So then, at what point were you like, okay, now the gap has narrowed to where I got to grow my game like outside of just my raw athleticism?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Texas, I mean, football is a culture. So
that's true.
I've been playing football since I could remember, since I was maybe 6 years old, playing flag football. But, really just, in college, everybody's fast, everybody's big, everybody's athletic. So I would say in college, I'm blessed to have some great coaches to coach me and to guide me on the mental side, of things. So I would say definitely in college, especially being the SEC, you got to have that, mental edge, to compete with the best of the best, I believe.
Taylen, hello. My name is Brandon Walker. I'm the #1 college football media personality in the entire world.
Okay.
My question. That's actually the right answer to that. My question has to do with Gruden's quarterback camp. John Gruden works here at Barstool. He does that QB camp series. You were on it. What was that like, sitting down with Coach and breaking down film and doing the whole thing with him?
No, it was really cool. I came from Boise State, so I remember. I went to Boise State, so I remember Kellen Moore and all of them, and watching them when I was younger, in the Gruden show. So it was definitely a cool experience. Coach Gruden came, with the energy. I had to match it, and learned a lot, and went on the field and broke a sweat as well. So it was definitely a very cool experience.
I want to ask you about one of your coaches, and that's Bobby Petrino. Obviously, this is a guy who was an offensive mastermind in his prime, had some drama.
Did you ever ride on his motorcycle?
Went away. No, relax.
All right, chill.
Relax. Went away for a little bit. But I guess it's like someone who, outside looking in, we all want to make jokes like that and be like, Bobby Petrino, whatever. What is your view on Coach Petrino, and how much did he help you in your game?
Definitely an offensive mastermind. I believe he's one of the best in the game offensively. He's definitely X's and O's, and he's definitely he's going to teach you ball. He's not just going to coach you; he's going to teach you, and that's what I love about Coach Petrino. Just understanding and teaching me like why concepts work against different coverages, and just being a leader and being a field general out there and telling people what to do and how to do it. So he's taught me a lot, and he's definitely an old school, in your face, gonna cuss you out, but at the same time he's gonna teach you, he's gonna love you, and off the field he has open room. And we could just talk about just Arkansas, because he's a legend. He's a legend there. He get more stops and autographs than me. So yeah.
Well, look, yeah, he had him when they were at their peak a few years ago. But Arkansas, y'all were really interesting these last couple of years, where the offense was obviously fantastic, and you're kind of at the core of that. The defense left a bit to be desired, but y'all were in a lot of games. Things would seemingly go awry at the very end in one way or another. How are you, have you reflected on that? Like, what lessons did you learn out of college that you most want to work on as you prepare to make that jump to the NFL?
Like you said, it was definitely frustrating, losing those close games. But it also tests your character, and it tests, how much you love the game and how much you want it. I would say what I learned is, just continue to be locked in with, in the fourth quarter. That's where it matters, especially in the next level. There's going to be close games, most of the week. So just continue to lead my troops and continue to get my troops, ready in that fourth quarter. In the SEC, that's pretty much, you're going against NFL talent every single week. Like you said, offensively was pretty good, but we need to, play a whole four quarters. Yeah. I'm a captain of the team, and I'm a leader of the team, so I take that, very personal and responsible for those things. So, I can, of course, do a better job and get some wins, next year. So it's a great learning experience.
Hell yeah.
Once again, Taylen, Brandon Walker, #1 college football media personality.
There you go.
Okay.
My question,
there you go. Good for you, buddy.
my question is about, the draft next week. Where's your mindset at? Do you have a number around where you're like, if I don't go there, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna carry a chip on my shoulder. Or are you very open-minded about this? And is it more about the fit than the draft than the round? Or where's your mindset going into this thing?
Of course, I believe I'm the best quarterback in this draft. So of course, I want to be picked high, but at the same time, I want to be in the right system and be coached by the right coach and. Just being the right, offense, because, I believe that's the biggest thing, and just being developed and being coached, because I believe, my talent is, like I said, the best in the class. So I'm just excited to, this next chapter and, a new team, a new culture, and, just playing on Sundays. And I'm excited for the opportunity. Not a lot of people get this opportunity, so.
So, kind of like you talked about earlier, you're from Texas. Texas is football. You've played it your entire life. Have you reflected at all on what it's going to be like? Do you think to the emotion you're going to feel when you hear your name called, and how are you going to take it in? You're going to be at the house with family. What are you going to be doing?
Oh yeah, I'm going to be with the family. Going to be with friends and family. I really haven't thought about it. I'm more of like in the moment type of person. So whatever I feel, in the moment, and just really just gonna thank, of course, thank God, thank Jesus. I'm a Christian, so I wouldn't be here without him, and of course gonna thank my family because I wouldn't be here without them and the sacrifices that they've put on their life and during their life and raising me. So I wouldn't be here without them. So.
I'm curious throughout the draft process. Years ago, somebody with the athleticism pops off the page. We would be obsessed with pro style quarterback. Can he do a pro style? Can he do this? Can he change his style of play to the NFL game? But I don't know that exists as much anymore. Yeah. I feel like the pro style and the college style are a lot closer than they used to be. When you were going through the draft process and talking to teams, did that ever come up, or is that just something that you don't even talk about anymore?
It really didn't come up because, with Coach Petrino, he's, a pro style offense. He, demands a lot out of the quarterback, and, the quarterback has full range of audibles and checks and, the different things that, we have to look for each and every play. So they already knew I was really capable of doing those things. They already knew. So.
That was a sick throw right there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking at.
That was a sick throw.
I love too. So for those that don't know, what you see on the screen is what the people that were zooming would see. So Taylen's getting to watch his badass highlights as we're talking about him. Taylen, okay, look, everything I've heard about you, and I cannot wait to watch you play. I'm very excited. We were talking to NFL Scout earlier. They were talking about high care, all this sort of stuff. So I've only heard good things about you. So. I consider us to be kind of parasocial friends. This is a safe space. This is a safe space here. So I want you to be honest. What's more annoying, the blue turf or Woo Pig Suey?
That's a great question.
Ooh.
It's more annoying.
Oh, that's a really good question. I got to answer it.
No. You don't have to answer it. But yeah, you do have to answer it. Yeah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, Taylen. The producers tell me you do have to answer it.
Can't answer that one, man.
Okay,
That's a good answer.
The test, dude.
Good answer.
That's how you score high character. That's the intangibles you were talking about.
That's an NFL quarterback right there.
The answer is LSU fans.
No, relax, dude. Hey, Taylen, thank you so much, man. Best of luck. Congrats on all the success. Really excited for you to hear your name called, and can't wait to watch you on Sunday, man.
I appreciate it, y'all. Blessed one. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. All right.
Once again, Brandon Walker, #1 college football media personality in the world.
There you go. Hey, go Hogs, too.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Relax.
Hey, Ask Wub on Twitter, #AskWub. We'll get to the best questions at the end of the show. And
20 minutes from bed, big guy.
Be on the lookout. Taylen Green in Gruden 2B class tonight. Dropping the new episode. More Wake Up Barstool on the other side. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. #AskWub. This is the segment. If you want to get your questions, now's your final chance. We're going to get to them in a couple of minutes. We're here at the end, guys. Congratulations to us.
Yeah.
No doubt it's been a zombified bumbling car wreck of a show. I thought Brandon could save us. Not even his.
Some of us have been popping on screen. That's all I'm gonna say.
And measurable wit could carry the day today. But we made it nonetheless, you know, and we're going to continue to push.
I'll just go ahead and rank the zombies.
Yeah.
I think you were the best.
Top zombie.
You fought through it. Connor, you did okay. You weren't bad. Your Ask Connor segment or whatever that segment was stupid as always, but it's bad every week. So, and Evo, you have been a massive disappointment. You have been pretty much a joke the entire show, and
you looked the best before the show. Like you looked the most alive.
At what point did he look the best?
I thought he looked the most alive.
I saw bags under his eyes at 4 a.m. Okay, all right. And Kyle, magnificent as always.
Thank you.
KB, do you have any observations of the Walking Dead here?
I think you guys are kind of being hard on yourselves.
Really?
No, it's been yeah.
You got my hopes up.
It's been a massive disappointment.
I thought it was like there's an old football film adage that I find is very true in a lot of areas of life, which is, it's never as good as you think it is. It's never as bad as you think it is.
See, you couldn't even say that sentence well.
No. I think I'm doing okay. Also, I was the best bowler. So nobody can come after me because I kicked ass bowling last night. And I've never bowled so well in my life, but 1:30 a.m. I really found my groove. 1:30 to 4:30.
You're just such a sneaky left-hander.
I am left-handed.
Right, that's what. But I don't look at you and say lefty.
Really?
Yeah, but you.
I feel like I'm pretty right-brained.
You also have a very low-effort bowling style, where it's just you just kind of walk up and just very casual. Casual rip of the spin.
I try to keep it in. I try to keep everything very contained, where it's not putting any stress on the joints. So I like hook everything in here and then just like take my strong hand.
Noted non-joint the wrist.
No, but it's not. I'm not straining the wrist. I'm in the pocket here, and I'm kind of carrying. It doesn't matter.
But if you spin.
Yeah, I can't explain it, but I spin it right above the. I don't know. I don't know. I don't actually know what I'm doing. It was a lot of fun though.
I'd like to apologize.
Oh, okay. Hey, by the way, sweet shirt. Look at that shirt. Very cool shirt. Do you know how that is on my shirt, Brandon?
No.
See, this wasn't when I was using my. This wasn't when I was using my good ball either, dude. You should have seen my good ball throws.
Some
they were
stupid
much better
nerd thing with dragons and Wookiees and wizards.
You don't have much of an approach.
No, I don't. Short approach. Wait, you have too much of it.
Your hands do look very small there. I just noticed that.
I've
It's
had
got dainty little hands.
They looked, when you clapped right there, that's the first time I've actually.
It looked big when it was on the ball, but yeah, I've seen 4 or 5 images come out of last night that are. I just don't want getting any run on the internet. But of course, now they're probably going to. Speaking of approach, Connor, you do a funny little dainty gallop on your approach.
I do a little skip.
May I say something, Connor?
Watch Connor. Watch
I know. Connor.
What is that?
Skip.
What is that little hop?
Between me, you, and God, okay?
Yeah.
That was big
I
strike.
do the exact same skip.
Yeah.
You do the exact same.
You get momentum with it.
Yeah, but Brandon.
I take step, skip.
If I'm sneaky lefty, you're sneaky zesty. Is that fair?
Oh, I don't know if I'm sneaky zesty.
Okay,
I'm one of the world's foremost leaders in zest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm as zesty as it gets.
We could pull up the video of him dropping the puck.
Well, we don't have to. No, we don't actually have time for that.
Well, it was a slippery carpet.
Yeah.
You know.
They did give me the carpet meant for like a 75-year-old child.
Yeah.
75-pound child. Now, 75-year-old child, that would be
oxymoron.
My favorite part of bowling with Connor is that he gets back on defense every time.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that, but he would roll
he rolls it and
then
fades away?
He'd just start jogging back on defense.
Oh, but that's when he was kind of feeling the throw.
Yeah.
When he was feeling the throw, he kind of hit a little like, All right. Hashtag Ask Club. What does the internet want to ask us? Take us home, guys. Did Dan?
Okay, all right.
Ask Club, why is Brandon so much more sluggish than the rest of the crew? It's a good question. It's a good question.
Oh, wow. All right, just woke up in Japan from Tiger Woods car accidents. You know what? That guy is insulting me, but as long as I see that to Dan Rappaport wake up in Japan,
Is that video the funniest
that,
video of the
tweet.
year? Is that the funniest video?
Wait a second.
It's the same account every single time. It's always man, bear, pig is real.
And he
every single week.
always tweets right before the last segment.
Yes.
Evo, it's still on it. All right, what do we got next? Samuel Lopez Bard. P.S. My wife and I watch daily and are about to have our first baby, a son, in a few weeks. Any dad advice?
Connor,
first,
take this one.
Huge congratulations, dude. Thank you for watching the show. A lot of guys at the bowling alley last night, also fans of Wub. Love you all. Thank you very much.
I have an actual piece of advice.
Yeah, what do you got?
Buy a nice camera. Don't just rely on phones for your baby as it turns into a toddler, as it turns into a little boy. Buy a nice camera, take a lot of pictures. Your wife will appreciate it. You will appreciate it.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of some of the new hotness on the parenting streets are really nice digital cameras.
Oh, but I've been pushing that for a while.
Really?
I've been pushing that for
you
a
were
while.
ahead of the curve.
Yeah, because when my kids were babies, I had a nice camera, and there's such a difference in what gets locked. Because we take pictures on these things, we rarely take them off.
Yeah.
And they just kind of get lost to history. But if you take one with a good digital camera and get good, it's a game changer.
I would say this, man. You're going to feel very overwhelmed. Everything's going to feel like it's the biggest thing ever. And you're gonna feel like, am I weird for this? Like, why am I so overwhelmed? It's normal.
Yeah.
Everybody goes through it. Your first kid, you think it's all life or death. Everything feels like the biggest thing you've ever done in your life. And in many ways it is, but it's also the best thing you're ever gonna do. So look forward to it, Samuel.
And I'll also add that I think a lot of times people, like, you know, a husband in this scenario, they view the 9 months of pregnancy as once they're done with that, like, boom.
Why are we letting Connor?
No. Let him cook. Let him cook.
I was in the middle of a very astute point right there, Brandon.
Why are we letting Connor answer this?
Let's let the single
I was just going to say
25-year-old
that,
talk.
you know, sometimes people think, oh, yeah, great. Like, once the 9 months is over, she just goes totally back to normal, and we can just focus on the kid. But you do have to make sure that you're also allotting the same amount of time to also focus on your wife as postpartum.
What you just said, though, was a woman who's pregnant is not normal.
Actually,
She's not
good
a normal
advice.
woman.
Actually, good advice,
Right.
What did I just...
He's saying show mama bear some love.
Exactly. You can get very locked in on the child, but also
Here's
be
what I
sure
want you
that
to do.
postpartum...
Here's what I want you to do,
Your
Connor.
wife is going through a lot of stuff. Be
With
sure
that
to be there
advice
for
you
her.
just dispensed, I want you to wait till you have an 8-month pregnant woman, and I want you to look in her eyes and say, I can't wait till you get back to normal. Good luck with that, buddy.
Very true.
You know,
Very true. That's a testament.
I'll jump in here with something very quick. Just know that he's watching you. He's your little buckaroo. He just wants to be like you and grow as tall as you are. So
Finally, Evo's here.
If he starts swearing, just know that's he picked it up from somebody.
Yeah.
And it wasn't his mother.
I like that one.
KB, do you have any father advice for our guy, Samuel?
The grass is officially greener. Your life meant nothing, probably for the last 5 to 10 years.
Fair.
Now you have a purpose.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's actually correct, too.
All right, what do we got next? Wahoos. Wake Up Barstool. Zephyr turns 15 today and watches Wub mostly in the act daily with me. Can we get the first Wub dog of the week? Yes, we can. That is an adorable dog to be. That's a 15-year-old dog?
yeah.
It's like a Halle Berry dog.
Love the ears.
Just pet her.
What?
Well, the dog looks great. That doesn't look like that dog's 15.
Oh, you mean it's
Did you
so
see
Halle
Halle
Berry to you is the ideal of aging gracefully and
Well, I just watched Crime 101, and she looks like she's like 35.
okay, all right.
It's insane.
So that's our first. I can't sign off on this.
Congrats,
listen,
Zephyr.
I don't know where
Wub
the picture
dog
is,
of the week.
Bradley Cooper.
But Bradley Cooper's the Wub dog of the week.
No, Bradley Cooper's the Wub dog of the studio.
Sure. I just
Any advice for dog owners out there, Connor?
Yeah, listen.
Bradley Cooper right here. This is the official Wub dog, so it's going to be hard for me to say that Zephyr's replacing
But
Bradley.
you love Zephyr nonetheless.
I don't give it.
Wow.
Whatever.
All right, what do we
Thanks
got
for
next?
watching.
What do we got next? We have 5 more minutes. Don't think you're getting out that easy. Hold the bus. Hashtag Ask Wub. Your smoke detector battery dies in the middle of the night. Murphy's Law, never during the day. Do you wake up and change it immediately or wait till the next day?
I just suffer through the beeps. I just lay in the bed mad at the beeps, and I do nothing about the beeps. I just sit there like, I can't believe this thing's going off at night. And then finally, somehow my brain falls asleep. I wake up and it's like, oh, damn, I should have changed that last night.
I can't go back to sleep with it. It's one of those noises where the gap in between beats is just long enough to, although you know it's on a mechanical timer and it's going to go off at the exact same time, it's just a long enough gap where your brain convinces yourself maybe it's not going to beep again.
Sure.
And then it does. And it drives you crazy.
I got a faulty smoke detector right now. It's really causing me problems. Can't make anything.
It's
Can't
a
make
joke.
anything, not even in the oven.
Is that why your hair is such a mess?
My hair is such a mess because I just got done. First of all, that has nothing to do
That
with
wasn't very nice,
Smoke detectors has
Brandon. That
nothing to
wasn't
do with
very
it.
nice,
And I've
Brandon.
been up since, I don't know, when was the last time I...
Did you,
No, it's okay. But I essentially pulled...
are you going to
back
skip
back
work
on
again
that.
to have somebody come fix your smoke detector?
I didn't skip work I had a pipe burst in
Yeah,
my
you skipped
apartment.
half your job.
This is an Ask Wub. Do you have to be in the building while the contractor fixes things?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I'll read this one. At Doomsday Head, did Will Ebo get Willie tired from that nap? Hashtag Ask Wub, and I believe that's an emoji that's a bottle and
I did.
baby.
I did get a widow weepy. I did get a widow weepy from my nap. I'll be honest.
I don't think kids say the S's like W's. I don't know.
T-Bob, we should point out that when we got in the car from the bowling alley and we were in your van.
A minivan, shut up.
Yeah. Ebo almost got into the seat with the booster seat in it.
Yeah, he almost climbed in the car seat. I had to tell him to get in the front seat with me, that it was allowed, that he's big enough.
It was very funny.
Oh, boy.
We had a great ride.
Hashtag Ask Wub. I know, I feel bad. The minivan's a disaster.
No, it's
I love it, but that's kids. That's kids. You're gonna learn.
Well, we are really limping to the finish if we're
Hashtag Ask Wub. How long do you keep bread past
What
the
do we-
Best Buy
Okay.
day? No. I'm
You should have known when
passionate.
a dog came up. Second question, we didn't have.
No, I'm passionate about this, Brandon.
You keep it in the fridge for up to 2 weeks. If you keep it in the fridge the entire time, up to 2 weeks in the fridge.
Timmy, am I wrong on this? I believe that.
Look at him. He don't eat bread.
I feel like decay, for all foods, decay and mold, for the most part, you can see, smell, or feel. And so I don't care about the date on the food as long as it looks, smells, and feels normal. Right? Like, if your bread doesn't have mold on it, it doesn't matter if it's past the date, it's not moldy.
Right, yeah, I think the observable sign of mold is the only deterrent. So I think, yeah.
Yeah.
you just
Or
eat
like if you get like a cut of meat that smells funny, or it's got that weird kind of grease that develops when you shouldn't be eating it anymore. I don't know. That's how I feel. Cheese.
Get on your burner and give us something.
Xavier Mendez, hashtag Ask What. Brandon, would you rather eliminate Alabama or Tennessee fans? Hashtag Roll Tide.
Eliminate.
It's Fortnite.
Good Lord.
Snap your fingers, Thanos.
I don't want to eliminate either. I think my ecosystem of college football is best when I have a lot of toxic fans. So yeah, I don't want to eliminate either one of them.
Who do you enjoy blocking more? Who do you enjoy blocking on Twitter more?
Tennessee fans, but
Okay.
because Tennessee fans fake it a little bit. They like the fact that they're looked at as the most obnoxious fans on Twitter, so they try to live up to it. Alabama fans come by it naturally.
Yeah.
And listen, Tennessee fans, I've never met a Tennessee fan in real life that wasn't a decent person. I met a lot of bad Alabama fans. So Tennessee fans kind of try to live up to their moniker online too much. If you just would relax, it'd be better.
Yeah, just be yourself, Tennessee fans. That's our advice.
Not to say there's not some douchebag Tennessee fans. There are, but not as many as you think.
Comes from Clay, Ask Wub. How quickly would the stream have ended if the team was made up of 12 T-Bobs? Yeah, I mean, hey.
Read his name again.
Quickly. Clay.
Frechner? We call him the same Frechner?
Am I doing a thing? Am I going to stumble into a slur? Or,
I don't
okay,
know.
okay, I didn't know.
Good God.
No, I thought it was like.
How often does that happen to you?
I thought it was like a Jack,
Yeah, no, yeah.
like
sometimes
me
it
thing,
can
the
be set
Hoff
up.
thing.
Yeah.
Tia, Ask
these
Wub.
rascals.
Did you guys consider giving up last night when Tate said the Wub guys could leave early? No, we were never going to give up. Well, we were going to leave early. We were going to come and leave and do this.
Last night, you guys told me that you were going to leave.
No, we weren't. We were going to leave
We were
at
always going to
5:30.
leave for this show.
Yeah, we were
yeah.
gonna leave
but thank
for
you.
the
I was prepared to have to come back, like to leave
Yeah.
right now to go back.
But never giving up.
I'd rather get in a car wreck.
Never give up. Never surrender.
Never going to give you up.
That's a pretty good movie. You know what movie that is?
Never going to let you down. Never going to run around.
Galaxy
Good
Quest.
stuff out of you today, Kyle.
All right, guys, that's the show. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. More Wake Up Barstool. Thank you to everybody.
Bedtime.
Good night, Ebo.